Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 5th, 2024, and Barcelona are reportedly interested in a South African gem. Also, Ibrahim Diarra arrived injured to Barcelona, and therefore he has not been able to train. And finally, Andreas Christensen has ruled out his exit out of Barcelona. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and I am still out of the country. This is why I'm bringing you this short live stream to keep you up to date on all Barcelona news. This is not a podcast, so I won't be addressing the chat section, and it also won't be as long. Now, having said all that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to go Kids Kid Bagger Fanatics. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are down below in the description. Now let's begin with the news because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have informed the Turkish construction company Limac that it won't be charging it the late fees agreed to in the contract. Now, Barcelona contracted with Limac for the renovation of the Spotify Camp Nou, and even though the construction project is starting to take shape, it's starting to look good, it's advancing. Nonetheless, it is behind schedule, and in the contract between Barcelona and the construction company, there are penalty fees where every time there's a delay, Limac is supposed to pay Barcelona 1 million euros for each delay. And even though there has been delay in this construction, Barcelona have informed the Turkish company that it's not going to be exercising its right to charge it the 1 million euro fee or penalty fee for every delay that it's had, because it seems that Barcelona are happy with the work that Limac are doing, and they also don't want to sour the relationship between both parties, which to me makes absolutely no sense. If you agreed to it, why aren't you enforcing the contract you agreed to? I mean, that was in the agreement. Everybody knew about it. Everybody negotiated. Everybody agreed to it. Everybody signed it. So if you already agreed to charge them a 1 million euro penalty fee for every time they're late, why are you saying now that you're not going to do it? Not sour the relationship? Well, if you didn't want to sour the relationship to begin with, why the hell did you include that in the contract? Why are you going to include something in the contract just to turn around and say you're not going to exercise your right to do it? It makes absolutely no sense to me. It seems like sometimes Barcelona just like to have that short end of the stick and like to be, the idiots in this case, because if they're behind, they're behind. That's their fault. They agreed to these fees. They have to pay these fees. Why are you telling them you're not? Makes absolutely no sense to me. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Now, on to the next news, because, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are reportedly tracking a South African gem who I know I'm going to butcher his name, so I'll try to say it as best as possible. But it's no other than this guy that you see on your screen, which is Relebohile Mokoena. And I know there's a lot of people here that follow on the channel from South Africa. If you can let me know how do you say this name correctly, please do, because I know I just butchered it. But Mokoena is a 20-year-old left winger. He is hailed as one of the most promising talents to come out of South Africa. He currently plays in the MLS for Orlando Pirates. And Barcelona are reportedly collecting reports. In fact, Barcelona scouts have been seen present in the matches of Mokoena with Orlando Pirates. They have flown to the U.S. to watch him in the MLS because they are closely monitoring this youngster who at times has been nicknamed the South African Lamine Yamal, because he has a pretty similar profile with his speed, his dribbling, and the way he can win those one-on-ones. And it's reported that Barcelona are tracking him closely with the idea to sign him maybe in the winter, maybe next summer, as a reinforcement for the Barca Athletic. So remember this name, which again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher, but it's Relebohile Mokoena, 20 years old, out of South Africa, a young, promising left winger currently in the MLS. And speaking of young players who have been signed for Barca Athletic, let's talk about Ibrahim Diarra, one of the most promising players to come out of the African continent, a 17-year-old right winger who's from Mali and who hailed from the Africa Academy, an academy that Barcelona has an agreement with, where Barcelona finances the academy, and in exchange they get first pick out of the best talent to come out of that academy. And of course, Ibrahim Diarra, someone at Barcelona, signed last summer, not officially because he's only 17 years old. He's not going to turn 18 until December 12th. So right around the corner, in a week, he'll be 18. That's when he will officially sign his contract with the club. But the news is that he has arrived in Barcelona with an injury. Now, Ibrahim Diarra landed last November in the city of Barcelona, so he could start, his adaptation. He could start learning the Barcelona style of play. He could start training with Barca Athletic. And that way, once he's officially signed, he can, hit the ground running. But unfortunately, since his arrival, he arrived with a knee injury. So he has not been able to train with Barca Athletic. But nonetheless, I'm sure he is taking some kind of classes as far as tactics, as far as the Barcelona style of play, et cetera, et cetera. But nonetheless, he hasn't been able to train. And again, in 7 days, he'll turn 18 and he'll be able to officially sign that contract. And of course, like many of these African players, he will have to return to Mali in order to process all his paperwork with the Spanish government as far as his visa, work permit, and then he'll come back to Barca Athletic or to Barcelona again so he can start his training with Barca Athletic. Now, Barca Athletic are going to have to release a spot for him because currently all Barca Athletic spots are occupied by current players. So we're going to see which player will have to be sacrificed in order to open up a spot for Ibrahim Diarra, who Barcelona cannot wait to have amongst its line because he's incredibly promising, and Barcelona think that he will move through the ranks pretty quickly and that we might see him with the first team sooner rather than later. Now, we will end today's video with Andreas Christensen's interview because the Danish defender has spoken about his injury. Of course, he has suffered with injury all throughout the season so far, an Achilles heel injury. There have been even reporters talking about that Barcelona are faking his injury so they can register Dani Olmo. There's even been Barca fans who have suggested that. Blows my mind. Barca fans accusing their own club of committing, pretty much a crime to register another player. But obviously, far from it. Andreas Christensen is legit injured. No player in his right mind is going to agree to fake an injury so someone else can take his place and play in his be registered in his place and not play. I mean, absolute stupidity. But anyways, Andreas Christensen has opened up about his injury, has given an interview where he started by saying the following: maybe I should have listened to my body earlier and done it sooner, but on the other hand, you want to play all the time and help. I've learned that you have to take care of your body when it needs it. I should have done it already on my own last season. I think everyone knows I've been playing with pain for a while now. Now, of course, Christensen has been dealing with this injury all throughout last season. Finally, it caught up with him this season. He's been out the entire season. Him saying, a little bit blaming himself for saying, should have listened to his body. He should have taken a break rather than continue pushing through the pain. And I think that's a very important lesson for all the players in Barcelona because even though they all want to play as much as possible, it is very, very important to listen to your body because it's better to miss 1 or 2 matches due to injury rather than play those 2 matches and then end up missing a whole season because you pushed through the pain and then you made your injury worse. Now, Andreas Christensen also spoke about his surgery. He did get a surgery a few weeks ago in Sweden. It was a cleanup surgery to clean up around the Achilles heel. And this is what he had to say: I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, but I'll be back on the field soon. It's a start because you have to be careful not to start too hard because it can flare up again. So again, Christensen this time, decided to listen to his body more. He underwent the surgery, his healing, and he believes that he'll be back sooner rather than later on the field. But again, he doesn't want to rush it because he doesn't want to repeat of last season where he didn't listen to his body and ended up making things worse. Now, finally, Christensen was asked about, the rumors of him leaving, and he said that that's not in his plans, that the only thing he has talked with the club about is that the club have told him, to take his time to heal, to come back stronger because they're eager to have him back. So Christensen kind of there, denying the rumors that he is looking to leave Barcelona or that Barcelona are looking to offload him. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be going live in a few more moments because there is more news to discuss. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, peace out.